All right, today we're talking about something that could be hiding in plain sight, right inside the walls of your home: lead paint. For a long, long time, people loved it. It was durable, the color was great, and that's exactly why you can still find it in so many older houses. So if your home was built before the late 1970s, you're going to want to stick around. This is need-to-know stuff for your family's health.
So let's just get right to it. Are you even thinking about buying or renting a home that was built before 1978? Or maybe you already live in one. If you're nodding your head yes, then everything we're about to cover is absolutely for you.
So what's the big deal with 1978? Well, that's the magic year. It's when the U.S. federal government finally banned lead-based paint from being used in houses. And because of that one decision, pretty much any home built before that date is just assumed to have it somewhere. And look, we're not just talking about some peeling paint making a room look bad. No, this is a really serious health hazard, and it's especially dangerous for kids. The science on this is totally settled. When lead gets into your body, it can cause damage just about everywhere. It's not some minor thing. It's a poison that our bodies absorb, and the effects can last a lifetime. Now, for children under 6, it's a whole different level of risk. Their little bodies are still growing, so they absorb more of the lead, and their brains and nervous systems are just incredibly sensitive to its toxic effects. And the damage, things like a lower IQ or serious behavior problems, that can be permanent. So how does it even get into the body? Well, that's the tricky part. It's usually invisible. See, when that old paint starts to chip or crack, it creates this super fine dust that just settles everywhere, on floors, on windowsills, on toys. And that's why little kids who are always putting their hands in everything else in their mouths are at the highest risk. Now, because this problem is so serious and so widespread, there's actually a federal law in place to protect families. It's called the Lead Disclosure Rule. And its whole purpose is pretty simple. It's to make sure that you, the person about to buy or rent, have the information you need to make a smart, safe decision. It really is all about transparency. But does this rule cover every single property out there? Well, no, not exactly. Most homes built before 78 are covered for sure, but there are some key exceptions. Think dorm rooms, short-term rentals, and foreclosure sales. Oh, and housing for the elderly or disabled is usually exempt too, but with one really important catch. That exemption goes away if a child under 6 is going to be living there. Okay, so we know what the rule is, but let's get practical. What does this actually mean for you? When you're looking to buy or rent, you have specific rights and you need to know what they are. It all really comes down to these 5 things. The seller or landlord has to give you an official EPA pamphlet. They have to tell you about any lead paint they know about, give you any reports they have, put a special warning in your contract, and this is a big one for home buyers. They have to give you a 10-day window to get your own inspection done if you want to. Now listen up, because this might be the most important thing to get about this whole law. It's about disclosure, not removal. A seller or a landlord only has to tell you what they already know. They do not have to go out and test for lead, and they don't have to remove it. The ball is in your court to act on the information they give you. Okay, so what can you do? Let's switch gears from all the legal stuff and talk about the actual practical steps you can take to make your home a safer place. And the good news is, there are simple things you can start doing right now. Using a wet mop or sponge traps that nasty dust instead of just pushing it around. Washing hands and toys constantly is huge. And here's a surprising one. A diet that's rich in things like iron and calcium can actually help your body absorb less lead. How cool is that? It's also really important to know the difference between a temporary fix and a permanent solution. Yeah, cleaning regularly and fixing paint chips is great for managing the risk day to day. But if you want to get rid of the hazard for good, that's called abatement, and it means hiring certified pros to come in and safely remove or permanently seal away that lead paint. Because at the end of the day, you just can't see lead dust. You can't tell which layer of paint has lead just by looking at it. All these other steps are based on the guess that lead is there. The only way to know for sure, to know if you have a hazard and exactly where it is to bring in a certified professional to test for it. So what happens if a landlord or seller just doesn't follow the rules? And where can you turn if you need more help? Well, this law has some serious teeth. If a seller or landlord doesn't tell you about a lead hazard they knew about and your family gets sick because of it, they can be sued for 3 times the amount of damages. That's a huge financial penalty that's designed to make sure people take this seriously. If you need more info, or you want to find a certified inspector near you, or you think you need to report a violation, These are the places to go. The National Lead Information Center and the websites for the EPA and HUD, they're your best bet for reliable help. So we'll end with this question. Is your home safe? The danger from lead paint is definitely real, but it's something you can manage. The key is knowing the risks and then taking action. We've walked through it all, and now you've got the tools you need. The power to protect your family is really in your hands.